Well, good day, my 7th grade friends. Look at this bouncing ball thing I made. This ball bounces around, and when he hits the edge, it changes to a different color. And look, I named it bouncing ball. That's the name of it. I wonder if you can make a bouncing ball that when it hits the edge, it changes color. Well, that's what we're going to make today. Look, I named it bouncing ball, and over here I put the instructions. All you have to do is hit the green flag to start. And down here I said notes and credits, middle school, second project. Alright, well, let's stop it with the stop sign. Stop already. Okay, let's learn how to make this thing. We're going to create. Well, I'm going to make a bouncing ball program, so if I'm going to make a bouncing ball program, I certainly do not need a cat. So this cat's got to go. So down here it has a cat and it has an X on a garbage can. I'm going to garbage can this cat. The cat is gone. Now I don't have any object at all. So I'm going to use this little choose a sprite. I'm going to click that, and there's a bunch of them to choose from, and I'm going to choose this ball over here. Now there's other balls to choose, but I'm not using those. I'm going to use this ball, B-A-L-L. You do it too. So here's a ball, and I'd like it to start in the very middle. So I'm going to go to an event, because I know what the event is. The event is somebody's going to click the green flag. So, event. When somebody clicks the green flag, the first thing I want this ball to do is to go to 0, 0. No matter where you are, go to 0, 0. If you want it to go, then that's a motion. I want it to move someplace. So it says go to, oh, look at that. Go to X and Y. I know the X is supposed to be 0, and the Y is supposed to be 0. So when I click the green flag, I want you to go to 0, 0. Hey, let's try it out. Right now it's at -83 and 46. Click the green flag. Whoa, it went to 0, 0. This thing is obeying my commands. So now I want this ball, when I click the green flag, I want it to start moving. And I want it to keep moving forever. I want it to move forever. That's a control, isn't it? Control, and there's a forever block. I'm going to put the forever block up there, and I want it to get moving. Move is a motion. So I go to motion, and there's a move. Sure enough, move. Okay, he's going to move. But when he hits the edge, I want him to, what? Bounce off. So I got to go find a blue one that says, if you're on the edge. Oh, I just found it. If you're on the edge, bounce off. So I'm going to put it there. Okay, let's see what happens. Go to 0, 0, start moving. If you hit the edge, bounce off. Okay, let's try it, see if it works so far. Click the green flag. Okay, he's moving, he's bouncing. I'm liking that, but it's kind of boring because all he does is move straight back and forth, straight back and forth. Let's stop him with the stop sign. Stop. So what I want this ball to do is sort of move around. I want it to start in the middle and then not go straight, not even straight up and down. I don't want that. I want it to sort of move at an angle so it'll bounce around all over the place. So not just straight, not straight up and down, but some sort of odd angle. So I'm going to try to get him to start out pointing in a direction. So, oh my goodness, I just saw this. Look what it says right there, point in a direction. Right now he's pointing in a direction of 90. 90 is straight to the right. Well, I don't want that. What about straight up and down? No, I don't want him to go straight up and down. That's not going to be any good. I want him to go at some odd angle. So I'm going to move it to, I don't know. I think I'll just put in an unusual number. What about 37? 37 is kind of an unusual number. And I'm going to say when you first start out, go to 0, 0 and point in that 37 direction. Then start moving. Okay, let's see if it works. Ready? 1, 2, 3, click. Ah, so now he's bouncing around at odd angles and he's bouncing all around. But, hey, wait a minute. He's not changing color. I want him to change color. Okay, let's stop this game with a stop sign. How do you get him to change color? So I noticed over here it has a purple one that says looks. Looks. And I thought, well, I want to change his looks. I don't want him to keep looking the same. And I was trying to find something that would change what he looks like. I found this. Look at this. Next costume. I wonder what that is. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe that's not it. Wait a minute. I just saw costumes up here. I never even saw that before. Look at that. Costumes. This ball can change into a blue costume. He can change into a pink costume. He can change into a green costume. He can change into a purple costume. That's what I want him to do. I want him to change into the next costume. Oh, let's go back to code. Code. Change into the next costume. If you're on the edge, change to the next costume. Okay, maybe this will work. Okay, this will not work. Let's try it anyway. Give it a click. He's changing color all the time, even if he doesn't hit the edge. Well, I don't want that. I only want him to change color if he's touching the edge. Stop this thing with the stop sign. Stop. Well, that did not quite work. I only want him to go to the next costume if you're touching the edge. If. So I was thinking about that, and I went to control, and I looked all around, and I found this thing. If something happens, then do something else. If something happens, if you're touching the edge, do something else, change to the next costume. Now, if you're touching the edge, if you're touching is sensing. Sensing is touching, and it says if you're touching the mouse pointer. Well, I don't want that, but wait a minute, it's got a little drop down arrow. If you're touching the edge, I want that. If you're touching the edge, switch over to the next costume. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it right in this little, what is that, an octagon or something? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't even know. It's got 6 sides. I'm going to put it in there. Oh, it glows. If you put it if you put it in there close, it glows. That tells you that you're in the right place. Then you should let go. Don't let go over here. Drag it over there until it glows and then let go. If you're touching the edge, switch to the next costume. Now, not only do I want you to switch to the next costume, I want you to bounce off. I'm going to take this if on edge bounce, and I'm going to put the if inside the forever. Oh my gosh, look at that. It sort of snaps together. It says start at 0, 0, point out at odd angles. Forever start moving. If you're touching the edge, please bounce off and switch to the next costume. Whew, this is a lot of work, Mr. Lushenko. Let's try it. Let's try it. I'm doing the green flag. It's going to jump to 0, 0. It's going to start moving. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Click. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Every time it hits the edge, it's changing to a new color. Hey, that looks fantastic. Now, this is only for A students. I'm going to give A students a little extra to do. Not only do I want him to go to the next costume, if you're touching the edge, yes, I want you to go to the next costume, but I also want you to make a sound. Have this ball make a sound. I'm not going to show you how to do it. You have to figure it out. I want this ball to make some sort of sound only if it's touching the edge. I don't want the sound all the time. Only make the sound if you're touching the edge. All right, I'm going to stop. Wait a minute, this thing's called Untitled. Let's give it a good title. This one's going to be called Bouncing Ball. Now, I already have one called Bouncing Ball that I just got through showing you. So I'm going to call mine Bouncing Ball 2, but you should just call yours Bouncing Ball. Now what am I supposed to do? I gave it a name. What am I supposed to do next? I gave it a name. It's time to share. Share it out. You got to share it out. Nobody's going to see it but you. Share. Congratulations on sharing your project. Other people can now try it out, give comments, and remix. Instructions. Tell people how to use your project. All right. So what do they have to do? Click the green flag. Ball bounces forever. There, what about that? How did you make this project? Do you use any ideas, scripts, or artwork from other people? Thank them. Thank them. What about thank you, computer technology class? Hey, look, I'm excited about that. Now what am I supposed to do? I gave it a name. I clicked the share button. I filled out the instructions and the notes and credits. I filled it all out. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, I got to turn it in to get a good grade. So I have to highlight the URL, the whole thing. See, each project has a unique number. And I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go paste it in the assignment in Google Classroom so I can get a grade for it. Well, that's about all there is to it.